It's probably because the market's not open.
I'll just try it on Monday then.
It's easy though. I lost it. So heat map shows absorption at the low. Eloy, what'd you say right now? Did you say you were gonna do
I
something?
started a new video. We're good.
Oh, can I? All right. So large green bubble at that level, big market buyer hit the ask. Large green bubble. I don't even see the large green bubble it's talking about. Heat map shows absorption at the low. Liquidity was sitting, got hit, but price didn't break lower. So this is the liquidity it's talking about. Didn't break lower, it bounced. Volume spike at the bounce zone on bookmap, tall vertical white bar. Sometimes it does get confused, but it looks like it's talking about this one of these bars here. So the buying got stronger on the volume spike. Didn't break lower. CVD behavior very important. CVD divergence. Price made a slight lower low, but CVD made a higher low. Real buyers absorbing sellers. That's a major absorption plus reversal signal. Follow through immediate push with stacked green bubbles and momentum away from the level. Buyers continue to lift orders. Price trends up smoothly. So obviously here compared to when I took the trade earlier, one, the outliers there, it pulls back, holds. You could have taken a trade here probably, but it pulls back again and then holds above the outlier. It doesn't dip under it. The bids appear and the pop is super, like, it doesn't hesitate at all. Like it's just smooth pop up. Um, Buyers continue to lift offers, price trends up smoothly. And then it happens after uh, waiting for the market to develop. What could make this even more A plus if this level aligned with a pre-market low more precisely or overlapped with the composite high volume node POC, it'd be textbook.
Wait, so high value nodes are a thing then?
I don't know. I didn't pay
Go into
attention to that first read it. That's another thing. It asks so much that I ask it one question and I forget to ask it other question. This type of setup should be building your playbook around it. Should be building your playbook around strong context, higher time frame demand, clear outlier buyer, CVD absorption, higher low, aggressive market order flow confirming intention. So this is kind of like what we want here, like the strong demand that it's holding or support. The outlier appeared, showing us that it's a buyer because it never broke under. CVD absorption, higher low, aggressive market order flow confirming intention. That's like the checklist almost for this setup to be high quality. Uh, you nailed the read on this. If this type of setup shows up again, it's absolutely worth risking 1R on every time.
1R, this volatility, you're crazy.
I didn't explain changing conditions yet. Red bubble size. Oh, I also asked it like the 600 lot outlier was a red bubble, so I seen it as aggressive selling into demand selling, and we had a quick pop off it showing buyer interest. Oh, this was me because it initially, yesterday or a few days ago, it told me because I've been getting very antsy to just wait for the first 10 minutes to go to like let the market develop. But this trade happened before the 10 minutes were complete. So I was asking it like, what should I do in this case? And it just says, uh, where's the summary? Read the setup correctly. It was aggressive seller trapped in demand. Buyers stepped in after proving they could absorb. CVD confirmed on the higher low pullback. Your hesitation was logical. Your rule was doing its job. But now you're seeing the deeper confirmation structure that makes a long valid even earlier. It basically said, like, you can either choose to not take it or stick to your rule. Like right here, it says refined rule. Only break the 10-minute rule if a setup shows absorption plus pullback with clear CVD confirmation. So, like, if the setup is there and it's A plus, like, give it a try, or you could just stick to your rule. Yeah. Let's see. I just had it sketch out. What did I have it sketch out? Want help sketching a visual flow for this so you can trust this pattern more. Trapped aggressive setup. So it kind of like creates the setup for me to have a checklist as to why I should be taking it the next time it happens. So context setup, pre-trade, prices near or inside demand zone, pre-market low, key level nearby, heat map shows thick liquidity resting below, aggressive selling red bubble triggered, large aggressive red bubble appears 500 to 1,000 plus lots. CVD drops aggressively as it hits, but price does not break the zone. It holds or wicks back. Price bounces quickly off the outlier. Heat map shows continued support at that level. CVD makes a higher low on the pullback, volume spike, or bubble shift to green buying. Pullback entry setup, price pulls back into or near the trapped seller level. CVD does not make a lower low. Bubble activity shifts to buyers initiating up. The entry, don't chase the first bounce. Stop below the demand zone, below trap seller, scale out into VWAP pre-market high or high of day. Optional rule, early trade, trap sellers. Oh, that's the. And then it tried to draw it out, but it spelled shit wrong. I realized. Like right here, it says PUILLBAC. I was like, what the fuck? Is there a case where CVD? Oh, I also asked it. Is there a case where CVD does make a lower low or stalls, yet market still bounces? And it's basically, obviously, the market is not um, always like perfect. So there is times where it could be making a lower low, yet the market still has a bounce. And it did happen here. So here the market's making a lower low. Oh, this was the long Carmine took yesterday. So he used I don't know if this was what he used, but I was like, okay, there's some kind of outlier here of aggressive selling. It was small though. But the thing that was throwing me off was that CVD kept making lower lows, yet he was still trusting a bounce, which I was like, that's weird. But one thing I did realize was when the market pulled back, these limit orders kept stacking as the market was going. So that helped, I guess, his conviction there. So then it's so I told it this scenario where CVD continues falling, yet limit orders are holding price up, which allowed longs to work again. This occurred later in the session, but at the same price range of 52.62 as the morning long setup. The outlier wasn't prevalent, but price kept holding this level. You're reading this correctly. CVD keeps dropping, but price holds firm around key level 52.62. This means aggressive market sellers are still pressing in. CVD reflects that drop, but price doesn't follow. It stalls or holds steady. Buyers are showing up passively with limit orders at 52.62. The failure to break down equals no follow through, likely a trap. This kind of divergence that's deceptive if you rely only on CVD, but if you're watching heat map liquidity holding, bubbles not increasing in size despite CVD dropping. So I don't have that one pulled up. So even though CBD was falling, the orders of the sellers was not getting they were still like weak selling orders, and the limit orders were holding the price up. Um, where is it? Uh, EMAP liquidity holding bubbles not increasing in size despite CVD drop, price reacting positively off the level, then it can still be a solid long. Here's why this setup still works. 5262 equals prior demand, morning outlier level, high interest zone. CVD making lower lows equals retail aggressive sellers still dumping. Price not budging is buyers absorbing, trapping sellers. Once the selling dries out, price rips. This type of setup is not A plus, but it's A minus, B plus if you're experienced. Especially good if you can pair it with tight wrist stop right below the base. Works great when macro bias or structure is still bullish. So this, I think that's why Carmine was able to take it because obviously he's experienced and he's seen it multiple times. But like if we see it, it may not be as clean of a setup compared to that other trade we were looking at where CBD didn't make a lower high. I mean a lowered low. Wait, am I saying that right? I think
Yeah.
so. Um, so I asked it to make a comparison. This isn't that good.
Dude, how long do you talk to ChatGPT? This is fucking crazy.
When I'm at work, I just go over my trades with it. Since I have downtime, I'll just like be talking to it, just
Uh,
pissed off. um, it also talks about candle closure, which I've never paid attention to. Um, but it talks about how like if the candle closes above a key level, then that's a good sign for your position. So here, the key level in this case was around 52.62, 52, let's say 57. And when the entry here was happening, the candles were closing above 52.62. And ChatGPT was saying how that's a good confirmation for your setup. And it doesn't matter if it's a 5 minute closure or a 1 minute closure, as long as the candles are closing above the level, that's a good sign.
oh, that's good. Good to know.
What was it when you say close above? So it says close above or below the level after reaction. I mean a candle body closure that confirms price rejection or acceptance of the level after it's been tested. For long setup, you want to see price test the level, maybe pierces it slightly, buyers step in, absorbing or hitting back, then a candle closes above the level, preferably with intent, large body, delta support, etc. For a short setup, price probes above, finds sellers, then you get a close back below the level, indicates trap or failed breakout. And I think if we look at, was it this one? Look at how here the, I guess this one didn't close, but it's not a large candle either. But the larger candles started closing underneath the pre-market low, which was the key level in this case, especially this one here. But this is probably also a good sign. But this is on the 1 minute, so it's kind of harder to
Damn, this is all still
analyze.
on the 10th, bro. You had a long conversation off this one day.
This is this
We're
is
not going
no
through
this
the.
this one's the 11th now. But
Oh
I
wait, we're
do have
going. You're going through each day.
no right now. I'm just going over Thursday and Friday.
The one you're looking at is the 10th.
What?
Those are you going over the 11th, but you have the 10th charts up?
Oh no, I was just
Oh,
talking
okay,
about
okay.
the candle closure right now. I was just comparing this candle how it closed below the pre-market low. So I went back to the other day. Because right here I have the 11. Sorry. But I think I'm almost done with this. Oh yeah, my conversation's over.
Lonely ass.
But but dude, I'm telling you guys, if you like if you put your chart and send it to ChatGPT and give it a brief description of what you were doing, it'll like put you on. It'll check you. It'll be like, yo, you're doing this wrong.
No, I'm embarrassed to say that I still don't have ChatGPT, and I'm gonna do that today after this.
Slacking.
I am, bro, but it's also every time I've tried, for some reason it doesn't let me do it. I know you're gonna be like, that sounds like an excuse, but I have tried, and it's like how quickly it is to tell like something, how quickly I find like it's not gonna happen. Like it's always telling me I gotta confirm something, or it's sending a text to my phone, and it never happens, and I just quickly like, I'm not doing this right now, and I walk away. And it's happened like 3 times.
Do it through your actual. There's an app for it
On the computer?
on your phone.
But how do you get the book map photos?
Oh, I forgot you don't have a Mac. I just share it.
Oh
just-
my god.
Sucker.
I'm still thinking of
Um,
I'm
So
gonna
on
get
the
a laptop
computer-
soon, and I'm thinking of getting a Mac still. I don't know why.
What?
I'm gonna buy a laptop soon, but I still feel like I want to get a Mac.
Oh. The one thing that sucks about the pictures is you have a limit unless you pay for the full version.
Hell no, I'm not paying until I'm profitable.
So what I do, that's why I downloaded it to my phone because it forgets or it doesn't recognize that I uploaded photos from my computer, and then I could go into my phone app and still upload more photos.
It's hearing you, bro.
Or it probably is.
This motherfucker think he's slick.
I mean, what we could do right now though is like after everything is said, look at Monday, see if we see those same things happen.
Yeah,
what was Monday?
I'm gonna start doing it next week.
What day was Monday?
The 7th. Let me start a new video.